Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about the power of running double play sharps in NBA2K21. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this video to 2,000 likes in the first 24 hours. And you can see we have the quote-unquote normal lineup, right? We got the Playmaking shot creator at the 1, Prim lock at the 2, which means the two-way sharp pie chart, and then we got my pure lock at the 3. Now these guys right here, they got double Playmaking shot creators, or the shot creator, which is, like I said, by the the thumbnail and the title, pretty much the yellow and green pie chart, where you got two yellow greens at the 1 and the 2, then you have a big man at the 3. So this guy right here is the red blue pie chart at the big man spot. He is a bit tall to be running on the 3v3 court in my opinion, but the topic of the video is about the Playmaking shot creator and the shot creator running together on this 3v3 court. You guys are gonna see it is capable of doing some crazy stuff. I do feel like the meta, quote unquote, like the most comp lineup you can run on 3v3 is gonna be a Playmaking shot creator, an inside big man, and then a lockdown, like just spotting up in the corner. But whether it be for that lockdown to do exactly what these guys are doing right here, or if it's the double Playmaking shot creators, or just a shot creator and a Playmaking shot creator, you're gonna see they're doing so much off-ball movement. And a lot of people, when it comes to this stage stuff, sit here and cry about it. They just talk about invalid, you're not comp, you do things different than I do, so you're bad. It's the most stupid mindset ever, and I hate it. So I, for one, can at least respect the people who run different ways, and I love seeing this. It's a really cool thing to see so much involvement. They got all three people doing something on offense. Granted, we do not do the same. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Obviously, Dope in our corner is just kind of spotting up. He's here to play good defense and shoot consistently from the corner. He's not doing much off-ball movement. However, he does have Hall of Fame shooting badges, so that is something I could foresee us doing down the road. It's just, it is very complicated offense. You need a lot of communication. You have to be all on the same page, all three of you. And I'm going to break down what they're doing on offense in a couple possessions, but you will see they got the Playmaking shot creator running defense though, where he's guarding ball, and that does become the one problem with this lineup, because you have no legitimate lockdown defender to be guarding ball with. But look at this. I mean, they're flat out killing us with off-ball movements. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was doing my job on the backside, definitely patching up a lot of these off-ball movements. Like you can see right here, I'm trying to play help defense between Kitchen while also playing help defense for Dope on the off-ball screens. So there's a lot of stuff going on right here. You could put your play shot into an ISO situation because the big man's setting off-ball screens. There's so much variety and offensive firepower that comes with this offensive set. All right, so this isn't the perfect example of what they're doing on offense, but it's definitely a good enough example to show you inside their mind as to what they're looking for every other possession as well. So you're gonna watch Yellow. Every single time he cuts across the wing, he's going underneath the on-ball defender. So pretty much what that leads to is miscommunication amongst our two defenders when they're trying to play sides defense amongst each other. So you're gonna watch it the other way around, where Orange cuts underneath this time, and Kitchen does a great job of switching off of the Yellow and going to Orange, and then Dope has to step up and go to Yellow as well. But when that's set up properly on the three-point line, it becomes a whole lot tougher. So just keep in mind, throughout the course of the game, there's so much miscommunication and tough stuff going on right there. Like, look at that. So Orange just cut across underneath as well, and I would have had to step up, and it would have been very, very problematic if I hadn't done that, and that just leads to a wide open 3. But either way, their on-ball point guard gets wide open because I'm not able to step up and help on the screen. So it just becomes a whole lot of communication, a whole lot of miscommunications leading to all that as well. And look at that. So Yellow cuts across to the corner as well. And again, I'm over there to help when it comes to the dropping back on the backside and everything like that. But flat out, if I weren't doing that, there'd be so many problems when it comes to our off-ball defense. And flat out, that is the power of the double play sharps this year, where it gives you so much mobility, so much shooting consistency. You got shooting badges like crazy, 3-point ratings everywhere. Two dudes can run point guard. You can dodge lock if you want to, like pretty much if they wanted to. They could give the ball to the guy in orange right now and just keep Dope out of the play on defense entirely. Or you could do this right here, where pretty much they just go ahead and run the wrap, and it puts Kitchen into the defense. And just like that, they have a weaker defender being focused on. Now Kitchen still has around 8 defensive badges. He doesn't have them all, but his defensive ratings are still built pretty well. But like a great example of that would be the comp stage point guard build, where a lot of these guys, they all play the exact same way, right? It's going to be a 6'1" play sharp with 1 defensive badge, have nothing on his build except for perimeter defense and lateral quickness, and then just say, well, I don't have to play defense. I'm just going to spot up in the corner every single time, and who cares? I don't really have to guard ball because all I'm ever going to play against is a lock, point guard, and big man. However, lineups like these completely shift their whole mindset. Like it really irritates those point guards at the fact that they only have 1 defensive badge, because just like that, now they're thrusted into the pick and roll. They can't switch anything with their big man. And look at this stuff, bro. I mean, it's just there's a lot to it. And don't get me wrong, these guys that we're playing are not the best people who could run this lineup. And for those who do watch my channel, just keep in mind, me, Kitchen, and AK are for sure gonna run this lineup sometime this year. There's no way that we don't do that. But anyway, you can see what we're doing on offense. It's kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie. There's not a lot of action that I'm getting involved in, but you can see Kitchen's going crazy. Demands the double team, I just get the easy 2 off of it. They just put their big man in the pick and roll game, and we felt like Kitchen could ISO that matchup pretty well, and obviously they didn't like it very much either, considering they completely double teamed off of me and just gave up the wide open 2-point shot with that. And I gotta say, the firepower on this lineup, you can do things like that. Now, I think one thing these guys definitely could have done was run like sides defense amongst their 2 guards and have the big man spot up and like defend Dope, because Dope wasn't going to get the ball at all in this game. He was pretty much just going to spot up in the corner at all times, and whatever they did, we would just kind of roll with it, right? So if they really wanted to take away threes from us without having to double team anybody, what they could have done was low-key just guard us both with the 2 play shots and not really worry about the big man getting involved in the pick and roll game. But I do understand it for the sake of rebounding. You definitely want that big man in the pick and roll game, especially if you have me, who's going to be slipping down low. You know, anytime they give us an easy opportunity for it, I'm going to take my 2s. But you can see right there, they give us a wide open 3-point opportunity, just kind of like a lack in attention being paid by their defender. But look at this stuff, bro. So much communication. Look at all of this. I got to run this back. I really got to run this back because it's such a beautiful thing. And like I said, I want to show my love and my props to the people who play like this. So you can see, he was going to kick out to that left corner, right? And Kitchen was just realizing it, and he was going to go and run out to that. But then he makes it even more confusing. So Kitchen gets hit by the screen. Dope drops back because he sees Yellow running like that and was expecting that Kitchen would be able to step up to Yellow. But then because Dope dropped back to Orange, now Yellow's wide open. It's such a crazy, beautiful sequence of offense. And on one hand, there's so much thinking that goes into running an offense like that, but on the other hand, it's also like a freelance thing where all 3 of you can just kind of run all together like wherever you want to, and as long as you all understand what each other are doing, it all works. So just like that, like I said, they have their big man in the pick and roll game. We get him switched on to Kitchen. He hits a nasty speed boost, just gets him out of his shoes like entirely. Like, I mean, he just can't hang with him. So just like that, he gets wide open on it. The point guard tried to step out late, couldn't get to him, and you can see now we're able to kind of force them into just running a little 2-man game. They do cut him across, but it's more on the perimeter, so it's a very easy switch for us to make right there. Like I was saying, when he cuts underneath, that's the tough switch. But you can see right there, gets a nice little speed boost, hits the white and Dope's face, only like a 2 or 3% contest. Not gonna lie, there's a lot of stuff when it comes to this game that definitely could use some work. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but just like that, again, boom. Big was in the pick and roll game. Kitchen uses his speed and just takes advantage of that. If there's anything different I would have recommended these guys to do throughout the course of this game, like I said, I do think the one weak thing about their lineup is that they don't have much defense anywhere, and the one solid defender they have on their team is a horrible perimeter defender. He's way too tall, way too slow. So if there's one thing I would say about this lineup that could definitely use some work, it's either a smaller big man that has the same build. Like, I don't think the blue-red pie chart in this big man spot is that big a deal. I just think around 6'9" to 6'10" is just way too tall, and I just think it doesn't have the right perimeter defense and speed that you need on this 3v3 court. Or what they could have done, like I said, is just put him in the corner on Dope and then play guard sides amongst me and Kitchen to where they're just giving me free slips, but then the big man drops down when he feels like he needs to. But even at that, they're giving up wide open threes to us if that's the situation, because Kitchen's a great passer as well. So anyway, again, he just outruns him. Boom. Bangs the green right there, 22-20, just like that. Gets us a 3-pointer right when we needed it as well. And that was a great game. I love that right there. Don't get me wrong, I only scored 2 points and had 2 rebounds, but that was a fun game right there. And I gotta say, like I said earlier throughout the whole course of this video, mad props to those guys. I love playing people who play different than a lot of people as well. And just the fact that, you know, the double play sharps and not coming in here with one single legitimate lockdown defender, it's such a cool thing to see. So anyway, again, shout out to those guys. That was a really fun game. So final box score, crazy offensive game. Only 4 missed shots throughout the whole course of the game. Only 2 turnovers combined amongst both teams. And Kitchen goes for 20. Their point guard goes for 16. Last time, shout out to those guys. That was a really fun game. And I hope to see a lot more of that throughout the course of 2K21. And like I said, we're definitely going to go ahead and run a lineup like this a little bit more throughout the course of the year as well. We're going to definitely be running double play sharps. I will say, even if they get patched, as far as I don't think they should be banging whites as much as they are. That's kind of ridiculous, and I do hope that gets patched. But even just in general, the off-ball movement ability, the flat-out great three-point ability that they have, and then the fact that lockdowns aren't really all that great at defense this year. Like, you can't just make a pure lock and spot up in the corner. So the best defensive build you can make that's a viable option to spot up in the corner is a two-way sharp. And they do provide a much better defensive ability, but when you get hit with a lineup like this, it makes Dope's build almost useless, to the point where what good is a lockdown defender anyway if he can't even guard ball half the time, because you have to switch it every single time amongst your two guards. If you try to fight through that stuff, trust me, you're gonna give up three-pointers consistently. So I think we handled this pretty well. I will say there were a couple of things that we could have done better on defense, but it wasn't too much of the whole switching thing that was the problem. It was more so they just got shots throughout really tight, small windows that I don't think should have been done in the first place anyway. But anyway, other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you made it to the end of the video, put LA in the comments to show your support. Just made it all the way through. Let's try this one to 2,000 likes. And other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.